rule that we're going to look at is the even rule. This is based off of the fact that we have an even plus an even. And that's because the middle term is even. Now, how do I know that the two numbers are even? My 8 is the A value. If one of the values, A or C, is even, that's going to force even numbers, factors of 2 up here, to be shared. So we're going to break this down. The 8 is going to break down to 3 2s, and I'm going to break the 15 down to 3 and 5. So because you have all these even number 2s up here, we're going to share them. We're going to steal 2 2s. One's going to go here, one's going to go here. So you know, as well as everybody else, that every number is divisible by 2. So we have to have at least one factor of 2 there. Then we're going to break our 14 down to 7 times 2. We're going to keep the negative here on the 7. And now what has to happen is the remaining factors 2, 3, and 5 have to create two numbers that subtract to be 7. And since 7 is odd, isolate the odd factors. 3 times something, 5 times something, and multiply the 3 and the 5, 15 times something. So I cover up the 3, that leaves me 2 and 5. That's a 10. So, oh, wait, there you go. 3 minus 10 is my negative 7. So the 3 goes in one set of parentheses. The negative 10 is going to go into the other set of parentheses. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times negative 10 is negative 20. So those are my two numbers. And just as a double check, 6 minus 20 does equal that minus or negative 14. So this 6 is going to become 6x. This minus 20 is becoming minus 20x. This is my F, my O, my I, my L. Factor by grouping, we cut it in half. We're going to have a plus sign here. So we're going to take out a 2x, and then we're left with 4x plus 3 when you divide the 2x out of each of those two. Now again, remember, this 4x plus 3 is going to be the same on the right side, and that's going to force negative 15 divided by a positive 3 to be a negative 5. That's my GCF on the right. 4x plus 3 are the same, so that's my GCF. 2x minus 5, my individual GCFs, and there is my final answer. Now, a second approach. Now, we want to know this rule about evens, especially if you have 4 2s. If we ever run into one of those, I'll make sure to point it out. But in this case, because you had 3 2s, your second option is to understand that this other 2 is going to be multiplied to one of these two numbers. So what we can do is we can call the 8 just a 2 times a 4. So if I got my two even numbers, the 2 and the 4, and now take the 3 and the 5, put them one in each set of parentheses. So 3 and 5, then 5 and 3. Multiply this out, you get 6 and 20, 10 and 12. Which pair of numbers are going to subtract to be your negative 14? It's the 6 and the 20. And then that's another way to get to your numbers. Okay? So if you have 3 2s, you have an 8 here. Breaks down to 3 2s. And this could be like in a 24. 3 times the 3 2s. Just keep a 4 and a 2, and then we'll share those odd factors with whatever else you have. And that's the even rule.